boy, Hennythemoor, reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? Hey, football season is here, man. It's finally done happen, man. Training camp done jumped off. We got some news to report. Both positive, both negative, somewhere in between. But football season is here, man. We ain't gotta wait no more. We actually got football going on. The Dallas Cowboys are gearing up to try and win this championship number 6. So, it's an exciting time to be a Cowboys fan, man. But, hey, we're going to cover a little bit of everything. But, on the way into the liquor store, y'all do know the usual rules and regulations, man. First and foremost, when you slide into the building, man, make sure you hit that like button. If you hit that like button, it's going to help us manipulate this algorithm so more folks can find their way inside of the liquor store. Nice. So hit the like button first. After you hit that like button, man, I need you to turn right back around and hit that share button for your boy. When you hit the share button, make sure you share it to Facebook, Twitter, Stream, Steam, Twitch, wherever you can put it at, man. Put it out there in the universe so folks can know that the liquor store is open for business and they can come and participate in the festivities with us, man. Then after you do that, man, you hit the like button, you hit the share button. Then I need you to turn around and hit an Eagles fan. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man, I will give you half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Cowboy Readers, we got gin, we got hen, and we got everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So come on in, and we're going to get drunk on this Dallas Cowboys content together, man. Real quick, let me show some love to everybody sliding through that door, man. Desmond Ironman, what's up with you, man? Appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the channel. Jameson Taylor, my boy, what's good with you? I see you sliding into the building, man. What's good? Danny Savage, our resident draft guru. What's up with you, my boy? He even dropped off some names of some guys I needed to go ahead and research, for the upcoming season, which I will look into. Let's see. My boy Raymond Silas, what's up with you? Justin Kitchen, part of the Wrench Gang. What's up with you, man? Gary Murphy, what's good with you, man? Miss So Over It, I see you. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. Matt Leslie, what's up with you, my guy? Appreciate you for coming in and showing love to the channel. Jazzy Jeff, what's up with you, man? Eastside Herald, our resident hater, is in the building. What's up with you, my boy? I do appreciate you. JJ the Mind, what's up with you? Miss Twan Bill, what's up with you? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. My boy DC for Life Texas, what's up with you, man? Hey, salute to all y'all good people for sliding in and showing love to the channel. I do appreciate y'all. So, go ahead, hit that like button, go ahead, hit that share button, and then turn around and slap the shit out that Eagles fan. And then after you did all that, man, I need you to turn around, hit that Cash App, hit that Super Chat, or hit those super stickers. Because I'm still, hosting this Dallas Cowboy ticket raffle, man. But it's winding down. But you still have an opportunity to get your entries in if you want an opportunity to go to this game. I'm sending 2 folks to the game. I'm giving away a jersey or a PlayStation 4. Those are the 3 prizes. First place winner is going to get a ticket with a seat attached to it to go to this home game against the Philadelphia Eagles. And since the Cowboys have not lost to the Eagles in Dallas since 2017, it will be a guaranteed victory that you can watch live and in person. Second place winner is going to get a ticket to the same game for a standing room area. And then third, last but not least, you're going to get a PlayStation 4 or a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your liking if you're the third place winner. So if any of that tickles your fancy, or if you just want to support your boy Hennythemoor and help with the content throughout the course of the season as we go out and cover training camp in Dallas and cover the final preseason game, hit the Cash App, which is $Hennythemoor, or hit the Super Chat or Super Stickers. Again, I appreciate everybody that's already done supported and already done donated. And anybody got it in their heart, I appreciate you as well, man. But now that that's out of the way, man, let's talk about it. We have a ton, of content to cover today. So, it's just like the first day of school, really, man. When you sit back and you think about, it said, I heard from Law's channel that the tickets for a training camp is $250 a day. I have no idea. What I'm saying? West goes every year, so, you should ask him. What's up with you, Danny Savage? Appreciate you. JJ the Mind, what's up with you, man? And really, listen, we'll talk about that first, because I know that's the big thing that's on everybody's mind, seeing that. But we got a bunch of things to cover. So, of course, practice makes perfect. They was out there practicing. We did have the first, interception of training camp. I'm going to actually show it to you, and we're going to talk about what it was, why it happened, and we're going to use some of the stuff that I taught y'all. We're going to use some of the stuff that we taught y'all about these concepts, and I'm going to play the video first, and then we'll talk about it in depth as to why it happened, and we'll go from there. All right, so bear with me. I'm finna play the little clip of the training camp interception. We'll talk about what was being run, why it happened, and who was at fault. So this is all right. So y'all seen that was the rep in question. So as you see, and really what I like about it is the Dallas Cowboys came out the gate using West Coast concepts that we talked about right here. Hey, what's up with you, Miss Regina Green? I see you sliding in. So if you saw what that was, they were running the dragon concept. Simi Fehoko was running a slant route, and then the interior wide receiver was running a route to the flats. So it was a slant flat combo, which we discussed with dragon, and they were running that concept to that side. So what happened is everything worked the way they were supposed to work, except for the execution in terms of the catch. Right? In terms of the catch is where everything was, crazy. The spacing was fine. The guy that ran the flat route took his defender with him. If they were in man coverage, so when he ran the flat, the guy that was guarding him vacated that area in the middle of the field. Sammy ran the route correctly. He got the proper depth. He got a good release. He was open, created separation with the route, had the defender in the trail technique. Ball was delivered on time, was out in front. If it was a catch, he would have had the opportunity to catch the ball in stride and try to turn it upfield if he wanted to. But the throw was there, the route combination was there, the route was actually ran well, but it's the catch. It was the texting, it was the catching aspect, of that, rep that led to the interception. Ball hit Simi Fehoko in the hands. It was a good throw. He just bounced off his hands into the hands of Eric Scott, the rookie that we traded up to get in the draft. So, hey, it's practice. You would rather that happen in a practice scenario than you would at the end of a game, right? So, there's nothing you can really do about that. Like, everything was there. The throw was fine. The route concept was fine. Semi ran the route good. He had proper depth, created separation, for the throw to be there. He didn't come up with the catch. So, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to stress. Listen, it's day one. And let's be real about some stuff, man. Yeah, so let's be real about a couple things, man. Simi Fehoko was not even a guy that you were depending on this year. So let's start with that. CeeDee Lamb is undoubtedly your wide receiver 1. Brandon Cooks is wide receiver 2. Michael Gallup is wide receiver 3. And then, of course, Jalen Tolbert and Simi are fighting for wide receiver 4. So, it is what it is. If Simi can't take advantage of the opportunity, then, Jalen Tolbert will be just fine in what we ask him to do. So, it's not even from a player that we really have to depend on. We have other alternatives, if Simi Fehoko, is not ready. And I don't want you to overreact just for the fact that it was one play. Simi made plays, over the course of training camp. He made plays today. He did not make that play in question, but he did make plays. It just he had a drop. Now you don't want to see it based on what happened last year. We all know that Dak Prescott had about 7 interceptions that were, that came on non-turnover worthy plays. But we will hope that gets changed this year. Yo, Jameson Taylor, what's up with you, man? He said he's breathing a little heavy right now. I pray for you, man. I pray that everything works out for you. You know, just take it easy, get you some relaxation. You know, don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Just kick back and relax, man. You're in the liquor store, just parlay for a little while. It's gonna be Gucci. We're gonna be all good. We're gonna be all good. So yeah, I had to load that into the clip because I know that will be a talking point. But you know, Timmy better be on his P's and Q's. Cropper looking over his shoulders. And listen, y'all know that Jalen Marino Cropper is one of my pet cats. You know, y'all remember that everybody that been following me in the liquor store, y'all know the two players that I said I'm going to stand on the table for are Jalen Marino Cropper and TJ Bass. And both of them got some burn today. Both of them look good in the reps that they took. So, you know, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So far they look good. But, you know, I'll talk about that in a little bit more depth in just a second. But, yeah, so just with Simi Fehoko, don't overreact too soon. I know it was not a good look, right? But, you know, it was one play. You know, good, bad. It's a bad rep for Simi Fehoko and a very good rep for Eric Scott. Right, and something to throw out there. Eric Scott was out there, you know, it looked like the first team off defense. It looked like he was out there with the first team defense getting some burn. So, you know, I'm very interested to see, you know, what goes on with him. You know, how much they put on his plate to start off. Like, I'm very interested because we all know that they like him. They traded up to get him. They gave up capital to get him, so you know they like him. So, you know, he will get plenty of opportunities, you know, to at least crack the rotation. But, you know, we'll see what's going on, though. Hey, okay, yeah. So I'm going to play you another clip real quick. And this is actually of a good play. This is nothing spectacular. I can't see the full field, so I'm not 100% certain of the route combination. But I'm going to just show you. It's a nice little dump off to Brandon Cooks off of play action. It might have been a smash concept, depending on where CeeDee Lamb ended up at the back end of his route. So I'm gonna play it for you. It's just a nice little easy completion. And we'll talk about it. What's up, Bruce? I see you, my boy. Thank you for tapping in and showing love. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the play button on this little clip from training camp, and we'll just talk about what we think about Brandon Cooks going forward. All right. So, like I said, I could not see the full view of the screen, right? I couldn't see the full play because I don't know where CeeDee Lamb ends up on his route. But, you know, it's a possibility that was, you know, a version of the smash concept, right? Because you had, you know, they were on the same side of the field, ended up being basically a high-low. And you can even tell, you know, that the route by CeeDee Lamb sucked up the flat defender just a little bit, and that allowed Brandon Cooks, you know, to have the wide open completion. He even put a little juke move, you know, on that boy Stephon Gilmore, right? So Cook was out there, he cooked him a little bit on that little juke. So, you know, so like I said, not 100% sure, but I believe it was a smash concept. Since it looked like CeeDee Lamb ended up on the sideline, so it looked like it was probably a deep corner and a flat route combination off of play action. But, you know, more so, you know, you seen the space, you seen the little juke move, you know, to create yards after the catch. I know they weren't out there actually tackling or anything, but, you know, it's nice to see the juke, nice to see the play design, easy completion. And listen, we all know the Dallas Cowboys over the course of Kellen Moore's tenure was only 28th in terms of yards after catch. Brandon Cooks is a guy that adds, a lot of yak to your team. Not yak like we serve it in the liquor store, but like yards after catch. Turn a 5-yard completion into a 10-yard completion, right? Turn a 10-yard completion to a 20-yard completion. Turn a 20-yard completion to a touchdown, right? Those are the kind of things that we're talking about in terms of yak. A lot of times, and really based on just the offensive system that we were running, a lot of stop routes, a lot of comeback routes, a lot of option routes. There weren't really too many opportunities for the wide receivers to get out into space and make plays in the open field. So we seen early on, right? And let's keep it real. We didn't really have too many dynamic playmakers outside of CeeDee Lamb, especially last year. So we seen Brandon Cooks was wide open. We see Brandon Cooks put a little move on Stephon Gilmore to get some extra yardage, right? Because Gilly really overran the play just a little bit. But, he looked good doing it. Nice sign. It's real simple West Coast concept. We've been talking about utilizing play action more. That play was ran out of play action. So far, they're practicing some of the things that I want to see. I know the first clip, it was ended up in an interception. But, that was just a bad drop. It wasn't a bad play design. It wasn't a bad decision. It wasn't a bad throw. It was there. And that was a West Coast concept, right? That got the ball out in a timely manner, hit this wide receiver in stride. It was a good play. Same thing, with the last clip, right? Play action pass. Brandon Cooks was wide open. He had a yards after catch opportunity, and he made advantage of it. So those are some of the little simple West Coast things that we were talking about, going over the course of the offseason that they are utilizing right now. Michael H., what's up with you, my boy? Appreciate you tapping in and showing love. He said, what excuses have you heard over here, Eastside? Because, we're just talking about practice. We're talking about training camp. We're talking about practice. Practice make perfect. Now, y'all go out there and y'all play like y'all don't practice at all because y'all be looking out there looking horrible. But, I understand Eastside. But yeah, but not once was there an excuse made for anything. We were breaking down plays. I told y'all what the concepts were. Second one, I told you what I thought the concept was. Told you why it worked. That's all I did. An excuse, is saying this happened, but it's not this person's fault. Nah, that ain't what happened. We don't make excuses. We're not sure. Only seen the one. Yeah, you play how you practice, and the Texans do not practice well, apparently. So what are y'all thoughts, man, about the two little concepts I showed y'all? Put your thoughts and reactions in the chat box. We're going to have an open dialogue, and then I'll give y'all some more updates, in regards to training camp. But what are your thoughts? Because, I like us to be a more well-rounded fan base. I want us to understand what the hell is going on. Texans would love have some of those Cowboys so-called excuses. Yep. So, yeah, what are your initial thoughts? He said, old days, Jimmy have 11 on 11 full pass today in Texas. Here, not 60 degrees in Oxnard. You put a lot of faith in, you're putting a lot of faith in D'Amico. I know he's a great defensive mind. I know you should be excited about him, but give D'Amico Ryans, as many opportunities as you can. He's not, with a rookie quarterback and not the world's greatest offensive personnel. I don't expect him to go out there and win the Super Bowl year one. Just be competitive. See, you can win about 9-10 games to start, and that'd be a great stepping stone for your franchise. All right, so let's start covering some of the updates from training camp. All right, so first and foremost, shout out to Cavante Turpin. He was not at practice today Cavante Turpin did not show up to practice, but he is a new father. He welcomed a child into the world. So shout out to Cavante Turpin. I'm not sure that this is his first kid or not, but congratulations on the new little one. And, I hope everything is well. That they completely healthy and happy. So yeah, shout out to Cavante Turpin, man. He's our Pro Bowl kick returner. He was not out there, so he was not out there for a very good reason. So shout out to Turbo Turp, man. All right, so that's one little thing. So if you're wondering why you don't see no clips with Cavante Turpin going around returning kicks or returning punts or lining up with the offense, he was not present. But he did welcome a child into the world, and that's why. So this is the one that had everybody concerned. So our starting safety, Donovan Wilson, who just got paid, right? Donovan Wilson just got a extension with the Dallas Cowboys this offseason during free agency. He was carted off at practice, and he suffered a calf strain, source said. Those can take time. And just to give proper context in regards to Donovan Wilson, a grade 1 calf strain takes about 7 to 10 days. But on the opposite side of that, a grade 3 calf strain could take up to 3 months to heal. So not really, don't really know the severity of the calf strain. It could be a weak injury. It could be a injury that lasts a month. Could be an injury that lasts 3 months. Right? There are different levels to the severity of calf strains. They did not say how severe the calf strain was, so that's something to monitor. Now, they did not rush him to the hospital. He did have a precautionary boot on, so if he didn't go to the hospital, odds are it's not a grade 3 calf strain or anything, but it is something to still, keep an eye on. Now, is it something that concerns me? No, right? Because as long as we have Donovan Wilson in the postseason, later half of the season, when the schedule, gets a little tougher, I'm fine. Still got about a month and some change. I know until the regular season kicks off in New York. So, he has plenty of time to try and get healthy, regardless of the severity of the calf strain. So just thank God it's nothing major, right? It's not a torn ACL, it's not a ruptured Achilles, it's not an MCL injury, it's nothing like that. So thank God that Donovan Wilson only suffered a calf strain. And listen, early part of training camp, when guys are just now getting back into the groove, of really playing football and being in pads and being contacted and doing these organized workouts, things like this tend to occur, right? Things like this tend to occur, but don't trip too much. He should be fine. Thank God for him. Yo, what's up with you, Michael Lockhart? Thank you for tapping in. Miss Etta Lockhart, what's up with you? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. What's good with you? Is it because Swan MG missed 8? Well, 8 weeks. It was something like that. It depends on the severity of the calf strain. It just depends on the severity of the calf strain. But like I said, some of them take a week, some of them take a month, some of them take 3 months. Right? It just depends on the severity of the calf strain. So if it's a grade 1, then it's about 7 to 10 days. Grade 2, that's when you're looking at about that month area. Grade 3 is when you're looking about, damn, this might be a 3-month injury, right? So you never really know. They did not go out there and say, how severe the injury was, but he said, how did Maji Smith do in training camp? Well, this is the thing, because they're not in pads, you're not really gonna know how any of your defensive tackles are playing. They're not really out there. They're not out there hitting the running back. They're not out there trying to dog walk the offensive lineman like that. So you won't really know how well Maji Smith is adjusting to the NFL until next week when the Dallas Cowboys put the pads on. When you put the pads on and you get physical and you actually can go out there and put your paws on folks, then you'll know at that point. Is that Dallas give fake news on injuries like that coming back in a week with broken thumb. And this is the thing, the Dallas Cowboys have not announced anything about Donovan Wilson outside of that is the calf strain. The reason that I know about the time frames for these calf strains is because I looked it up. I looked up the time, like the medical timetable for grades on calf strains, and that's why I know that there's varying time frames for calf strain injuries. Like, you never supposed to trust the Dallas Cowboys. They're not going to be forthcoming about that. As they shouldn't, right? You don't want to ever give anybody a leg up on it. All right, so hey, everybody say prayers, for Donovan Wilson. Hope he has a speedy recovery and he can continue dominating and being that, all pro level safety. I know he didn't get the nod, but he played at an all pro level. You don't get 5 sacks at the safety position and get all those tackles that you got, and you're not playing at an all pro level. I don't want to hear that. He was playing at an all pro level. Hopefully this is just a minor setback, and that he'll be ready to go, as soon as humanly possible. All right, so this is another report from Miss Jane Slater. It says, as the Cowboys start camp without running back Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard has confidently stepped into the featured back role. I asked if Zeke had reached out, and he said he texted the backs this morning with an encouraging message. He said it meant a lot knowing Zeke's situation. So, even with Zeke off of the team, that boy is still a leader, out there showing love and supporting his former teammate Tony Pollard and the rest of the guys. We all know that Ezekiel Elliott is looking for a job. We all know that he's trying to get back into the league and continue his career. So the fact that he's still out there showing love and support for his former teammates, that's real classy by him. And you love to see it, right? That's a real one right there. That's a real one right there, man. Like, real talk. So this is something that's concerned me a little bit. Part of this concerned me because I'm gonna add some more context because this is some stuff I'm gonna talk about that's not actually on here as well. Yeah, Zeke always been a team player, man. Played through injury, always supported Tony Pollard, even when part of the fan base was trying to supplant him instantly with TP. But, he always been a constantly professional team player. That's why folks rock with Zeke to this day, man. He'll a real one. He said, with Zach Martin not at Cowboys training camp, Josh Ball got the first team work at right guard. Shit! So, yeah. So, I didn't want to hear that. So first team reps at the right guard position without Zach Martin out there, Josh Ball got it. But the interesting thing about the rest of the lineup, we hit the nail on the head, man. Because Tyron Smith was the starting left tackle, Tyler Smith with the starting left guard, Biadasz with the starting center, and Terrence Steele with your starting right tackle. So if Zach Martin was out there, it would have been Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Biadasz, Martin, and Terrence Steele, which is the exact same starting offensive line that we've been projecting the Dallas Cowboys to put out there. Right. Hey, what's up with you, Dwayne Brown? Thanks for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. I appreciate you for your support and salute to you, my guy. Yeah, Josh Ball make my stomach churn. But disregard Josh Ball, being on the field. We know that is only temporary, right? We know that Zach Martin will be back. We will get the Zach Martin situation handled as we did the last time that he flexed his muscle, so I ain't tripping. But I am happy the Dallas Cowboys are doing the smart, no play football thing. Tyron Smith is going to go into Canton as a left tackle. So don't play him at guard, don't play him at center, don't play him at right tackle. You put him at left tackle. Terrence Steele has shown to be one of the league's best right tackles. So don't move him to guard, don't move him nowhere else. Let him be a right tackle. right? All these conspiracy theories about who's going to play where. The Dallas Cowboys have basically answered it day one. First team, Tyler Smith, Tyler Biadasz, and if Zach Martin was there, it would be Zach Martin and Terrence Steele. So, two things to take away from this. If Zach Martin holds out, we're screwed. I don't trust Josh Ball to do anything, right? I am on record as saying I don't believe in Josh Ball. I don't care. He has not shown anything over the last couple of seasons. He has not shown anything. So I'm not high on Josh Ball. Player development is a real thing, so it's a possibility he's gotten better. But, going from Zach Martin to Josh Ball, going from a future Hall of Famer to a guy who is probably barely a replacement level swing, it's night and day. So you want to have a solidified, bona fide offensive line, right? Then you need them out there. Said West Coast said the offensive line and running backs look terrible. Well, he was there. Like, he was there live and in person. So West Coast said that is probably true. Like, I'm just reporting. I'm reporting on what's being reported. West Coast got two eyes. That man was out there from sun up to sundown. So if he said the offensive line looked at boo-boo, they probably looked at boo-boo. And, the fact that Zach Martin's not out there, that could be part of it too. So, we'll see. Because, when you got that much of a glaring hole out there, right, just because Zach Martin not being there puts pressure on Tyler Biadasz and it puts pressure on Terrence Steele. So, if West said it, he was there. So, you should always take the words of somebody that actually laid eyes on it, over anything. They know what they got in Josh Ball and know his ceiling. Why are they burning reps on him? Well, I'm not sure. But what I will say is, even though Josh Ball got reps at right guard, they also gave my boy TJ Bass reps at right guard as well. And y'all know what I think about TJ Bass. He's one of my pet cats. Him and Jalen Marino Cropper are two guys that I said before, training camp even started, back when we drafted them. I said those two guys were going to make the team. Those two guys could have impact, for this team. TJ Bass was the highest graded zone blocking guard in football, right? In the NCAA the last two seasons. So, I definitely am high on him. I'm high on his physicality. And like I said, he won't be able to play tackle in the NFL based on his athleticism. But he's nasty. He got good strength. He got the build to be a good guard. And they where they put him in there. They gave him reps at right guard because Zach Martin was not out there. So, he said Simeon was tripping today, Henny. I saw that. We actually played the clip. We discussed what happened in detail. So for anybody that's just now coming in, in regards to Simi Fehoko, that was completely on Simi. That was a play that was completely on Simi Fehoko. Like I said, it was a dragging concept. It was a flat slant combo. The flat defender took his defender with him, which vacated, a nice area in the field. Simi Fehoko ran the route the way you're supposed to run it. He had his defender in a trail position, created separation with his route. Dak Prescott threw the ball in a timely manner, hit Simi Fehoko accurately in stride, and it was just a drop that turned into an interception. Can't have it. Got to be better. But everything else was fine. Because when I look at something like that, I want to look at everything. Was the spacing good? Was the route concept good? Was the route concept called, something that could beat the coverage call? Was the throw good? Was the throw on target? Right? All those things, factor into it. So, when you go down the list, everything's checked out but the catch. Throw was there. Throw was accurate. It said Fish 82 said HTM cut his ass now. Hey, I'm not gonna cut him first day of I ain't gonna cut him first day of training camp. Right, because even though that is a play that is gonna be making its rounds, he did have a nice ass catch in traffic, came down with a nice catch in traffic. So he made some plays out there. It just that's the one you can't have, right? And you can even understand tips. You can understand tips and stuff like that. It was a tough catch, right? If this was a tip on a high ball, or it was a tip on an inaccurate throw, you can live with that. You're like, okay, Sammy, I understand that. But we've been discussing dragon concept for like over a month. Like, all y'all know about dragon, all y'all know about lion, all y'all know about all these other concepts that we covered. You can't have a tip, you can't have a tip interception on one of the most basic West Coast concepts that we're gonna run. We're gonna run the shit out of that route. That route combination, we will run the shit out of that over the course of the season. You'll see a lot of dragon, you'll see a lot of lion, you'll see some stick, you'll see dagger, you'll see all that stuff. On the bread and butter plays, and when the quarterback throws you an accurate ball, you cannot have mistakes like that. Right. Hey, what's up with you, Mr. Deacon Charles? I see you. Big Benny Rich, what's up with you? Thank y'all for tapping in and showing love to the channel. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, Simi got to get it together. But we all know, that he has to. This is really going to be a make or break season for Simi Fehoko. We got a lot of young talent on the team. Y'all already know how I feel about Jalen Marino Cropper. Y'all know how I feel about Jalen Tolbert. And then if you factor in the possibility of Turpin getting offensive snaps with his playmaking, with his speed, him being a dynamic offensive weapon, if you can utilize him properly, it's gonna be very hard to get on the field, man. For a guy like Simi Fehoko, you're having issues like that in practice. It's gonna be very hard. A teaching moment and set the tempo for camp. No more like tip balls or else. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, if the throw is accurate and everything else is right, you can't have that. You definitely cannot have that. So yeah, so just on the watch. Like I said, there's guys breathing down his neck, and Jalen Marino Cropper was out there catching touchdowns. Like, he was out there catching touchdowns. So hey, you can't be out there throwing picks when the guy that you're competing against is out there, catching touchdowns, and you out here, turning accurate passes into turnovers. So something to keep an eye out on. But hey, like I say, it's only day one, so I don't want us to overreact to it too much. All right. So these are some notes, and this is actually by that boy Ernie. So shout out to Ernie. If you're not on social media, on Twitter, you should give him a follow. But yeah, man, and the reason I used this is I had a lot of the same thoughts, right? I had a lot of the same thoughts in regards to this. So one, I was concerned, with Donovan Wilson injury. I'm still concerned about it. Once we get a time frame, I will feel a little bit more at ease. Another thing that is not on here that we should keep an eye out on is our boy Izzy McQuamu. Shout out to him, friend of the show. He did get dinged up. He felt hamstring tightness and checked himself out of the game as a precaution. Well, checked himself out of practice as a precaution. So, that's something to monitor. He did work out on the sideline for the rest, of the session. But, that's something to keep an eye out on. We all know how well he played in the playoffs for us, locking down Godwin. He played well against the 49ers as well. So, we need Izzy. We need Izzy in that rotation. He adds a lot of length. He adds a lot of coverage for us. So he is a guy that we need healthy. So hopefully it ain't nothing serious at all. Hopefully. Like I said, he did come back. He did go back out there, with the team. He didn't get shut down completely, but he was moving a little gingerly from what they said. Yeah. Hey, what's up with your T Smooth TV? But yeah, it was definitely a hamstring injury for what they're reporting. But hopefully it's just some tightness. Like I said, man, they ain't been doing this in a while. They ain't been doing this in a while. So hey. All right, so let's continue down the list of things. Yo, what's up with you, man? What's up with you, Thomas Garrett? Appreciate you tapping in. He said, can't tell you nothing about him, but he done had a few. I feel you with that, my boy. He said the Cowboys starting wide receiver core is 100 times better than they were this time last year. I mean, that's something, that's something that I think we all can agree on, right? Because this time last year, your starting wide receiver room was CeeDee Lamb. And listen, Michael, you can't even include Michael Gallup last year because Michael Gallup was not healthy this time last season. Hey, what's up with you, Aaron? I thank you for tapping in and showing love, my boy. Appreciate you for coming to the liquor store and rocking with your boy, man. So yeah, you can't even mention Michael Gallup this time last year because Michael Gallup was not out there because he was injured. So this time last year, right, Michael Gallup was injured. Your starting wide receiving core was CeeDee Lamb. It was Dennis Houston because he was out there, and Noah Brown. Like those were your top 3 wide receivers last year, right? You can't even say James Washington because he got hurt so early on. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Kevontae Turpin again for the love, man. Shout out to Kevontae Turpin for welcoming a new child into the world. Hey, what's up with you? It's Too Easy. Shout out to my boy, It's Too Easy, part of the Wrench Gang, tapping in, man. Salute to you. Thank you for sliding in and rocking with your boy. I said I have total confidence in our defenses, our offense that I'm very worried about right now. Well, listen, we got a great defense and we got better offensive personnel. So the fact that they're going to be practicing against each other for the foreseeable future, iron sharpens iron. Our defense going up against that offensive personnel that we got will get better, and our offense going up against that defense will get better. Iron sharpens iron, so it's always good, to have, just about equally talented units. Dope Meister, what's up with you, my boy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, man. I appreciate you. But hey, real quick, man, I need us to take a quick little light break, man. We know we got to get everything up to par. Right now, I got about 40 folks watching. And y'all doing good though, man. It's not even that far off, man. I got 40 folks watching and 37 likes. So the couple folks that ain't hit the like button just yet, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button for me. Let everybody and their mama know the liquor store is open for business. And while you're doing that, man, if you want to improve your odds of winning the tickets, the jersey, or the PlayStation 4, y'all hit that cash out with that super chat, man. But hey, I appreciate y'all, and let's get back into the content. But yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. Wide receiving core is better. CeeDee Lamb coming off an All-Pro season. Brandon Cooks has 6,000 yard seasons. Custom veteran. Michael Gallup is actually present and healthy. Right? You can't even say that this time last year. Jalen Tolbert, just off the fact that he has a year on his belt of training and development, he's going to be better this year. So your top 4 wide receivers right now are better than the top 4 wide receivers you had this time last season. So I agree with that sentiment. And listen, we already talked about TJ Bass, getting some work at right guard. Y'all know I love that boy. I got nothing but love for TJ Bass. I'm actually surprised that TJ Bass did not get drafted. The fact that TJ Bass did not get drafted is a win for us because he is a superb guard if you give him the opportunity to be that. Right? I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. Like I'm huge on TJ Bass, and really, if it wasn't for the fact that Tyler Smith would be the starting left guard, I would say let him be the starting left guard. But we got Tyler Smith and Tyler Smith manning that left side. I think TJ Bass could be a great swing guard for us. So if Tyler Smith is to go down, we can kick Tyler Smith to the left tackle position, plug in TJ Bass into the left guard position, and I think we'll be okay. Now, I have never seen this man play a snap of football in the NFL, but I'm that high on that boy. Maybe I'm way too high on him, but I do like the skill set. I do like the track record of being in a zone blocking scheme in Oregon. So, that's why I'm so high on that boy. It could be hamstring off the bone. Jersey was like, Will, hit that like button so hard my finger is turning purple. Man, hit you an Eagles fan so hard that your hands turn blue, man. Slap the green out of an Eagle until your hand turn blue, man. And it's gonna be cowboy blue after you slap the shit out of him, man. All right, he said Monty Smith is huge and explosive. I saw Monty Smith in person when I went to SportsCon. Like, dude looked like a superhero. Like, he is not this fat sloppy body, dude. He is huge. He looks like he, wakes up, eats creatine, works out 30 times a day. Dude is built up. Now, he a big 300-something pound dude, but he is built like a gladiator or something, man. He's huge. He said by week 8 to 10, Zeke will be goal line back. Stamp it. Hey, I'm fine with that. Like I said, listen. Even after Zeke got cut, I still said there was a place for him on this team. He provides a skill set that you need. He's a good pass blocker. He's a good goal line back. He's a good short yardage back. So, regardless of what his yard per carry drops to, he can still get into the end zone, right? If you want to use him as another tool in your toolkit and utilize his skills to improve the team, I'm down for it, right? Because he's not going to be making a lot of money when you bring him back anyway. So for the folks that were detractors for Zeke because he was getting such and such amount of money, he's not getting a lot of money right now. He won't make a lot of money with the Cowboys now. He said Zeke is more than a goal line or short yardage back, to be fair. I agree. He could listen. He can still be running back too. But remember, a lot of the stuff that people were upset about, was because of what Zeke was getting paid. Oh, you're not wrong. I don't think Josh Ball is an NFL player. Let's start with that. I don't think Josh Ball is an NFL player. So guard, tackle, center. I don't think he's an NFL level player. He hasn't shown to be this at this point. Like, he hasn't shown it. I really don't know how he beat out. I really don't know how he beat out my boy. To still get reps. Because he did not earn that spot in preseason last year. I promise you that. There's no way they looked at what we looked at and said that he earned that spot. All right, he said the battle for wide receiver 4 and 5 is going to be tight. Yep. I agree with that sentiment too. But we knew this going into it. We knew that Jalen Tolbert has a lot to prove. He came into the show, shout out to him. He came into the show. He talked about, how it was adjusting, to the NFL. He talked about the strides they were making with the new offense and everything else. He looks bigger. He looks more confident. I think that he can. I really think he's gonna win wide receiver 4 anyway. But we got a lot of good receivers, man. Jalen Marino Cropper. We brought in Durden. We got guys on the practice squad like Drummond. right? That we had brought in. We brought in Tyron Johnson. Was a 4-3 guy. Used to play for the Chargers. So we got wide receiver depth. At the back end. So for guys like Simi Fihoko, it will be hard to make it onto the team. I think wide receiver 4 is sold up, but it's going to be hard. That wide receiver 5 spot is going to be crucial. Wide receiver 5 spot is going to be crucial for what we're trying to do. I just hope we don't have a kicking problem. I hope so too. But really, no matter how good they cook no matter how good that they kick in practice, we really won't know, what the kickers can do until actual game situations. Man, I do not think, Ball is not good. But like you said, we could be wrong. He might go out there and ball. He might go out there and ball out, man. You never know. I don't think that I'm wrong about it. I've seen enough of Josh Ball. I've seen enough of Ball. Hey, shout out to my brother Dwayne Brown for the $10 ticket entry, man. Salute to you. So, man, they got you. Let me see where you're sitting at right now. So that's your 15th raffle entry, Mr. Brown. I appreciate you for your love and support, my guy. And if y'all want to be like Mr. Brown and improve your odds of winning the Dallas Cowboys tickets or the jersey or PlayStation 4, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, or hit the Super Sticker. But I appreciate you for the support, my guy. Said I like Bass and Ace. Hey, that's one thing I did notice though. Ace, I think it's also pronounced Awesome. If I'm not mistaken. I think they pronounced the boy named Awesome Richards. Awesome Richards is huge, man. I seen him, stand beside Dak Prescott. Dak jumped and bumped him on his way onto the field. That boy is huge. I see why they're high on him. Cause you listen, it's sort of like the same thing with basketball, right? You can't teach being 7 foot. With Awesome Richards, you can't teach being that damn big. You can't teach that athleticism and that size. I see why they high on that boy. Cause 6'4". Yeah, he looks way bigger than 6'4", man. But yeah, that dude is huge. He said Boston got most money. He said put him and Bass have to make team or IR. Yeah, they'll definitely get poached off of somebody practice squad. I think they're too damn good. So man, listen. They got to make some tough choices. But somebody like Josh Ball, if he doesn't do it this season, shows improvement, he needs to get cut. He needs to get cut because Josh Ball is somebody, that can get cut, clear waivers, make it back onto the practice squad, and he'll sit his ass there because ain't nobody finna pick up Josh Ball. Like you gotta be strategic with the guys that you cut. Somebody will pick up TJ Bass. Somebody will pick up a physical specimen like Awesome Richards, right? But you don't. But you don't cut them. You let, like you said, you either hide them, you stow them away on IR, or you let them make the actual team. But you can cut somebody like Josh Ball. Like who's going to pick up Josh Ball? He said if he stayed at Florida State, he would have been a second round pick. He did. He was graded high, but I don't know. I'm not sold on the kid. I'm still not sold on him. He said Jake Ferguson might separate himself early as the clear tight end one. Now let's have a real quick discussion. Let's have a real quick discussion. Is that even newsworthy? Like for real, is that even newsworthy to say that that Ferg is going to separate himself as wide receiver one? He was already going to be wide receiver one, regardless of if Schoonmaker was out there or not. Right? He is the guy that showed the most when he got on the field last season. He is a guy over Schoonmaker who already has NFL reps. He's already been through an NFL offseason. He's already, has had extra reps with Dak Prescott because he was able to go to Atlanta because he wasn't injured. He was able to go to the Dak yard because he wasn't injured. He been putting in work. So he already has rapport with Dak Prescott. He's gotten bigger and stronger, has a more defined NFL body at this point, right? He already is built for this shit. He's already built for the NFL. He's already got the reps. So, of course, year one, he should be better, right? He should be better year one, and he should get the nod over somebody, who's first and foremost, who's injured, and first and foremost, who has not been able to even get reps in. Schoon missed the majority of the rookie camp. He's already missed the first day of practice, right? How good can he get if he's not out there playing? He said, especially if he a lineman, even ball. Are they that desperate though? Are they really that desperate? Maybe, I don't know. As y'all can tell, I'm not very high on Josh Ball. But, good offensive linemen are hard to come by. We saw that we saw that the boy that left from over here last year got a very nice contract. So you never, like you said, you never know. Somebody might be desperate enough to pick up somebody like Josh Ball. As crazy as that shit sound, they might pick up Josh Ball. But I don't know. All right, so let's see. Let's go down this list though. I'm not gonna downplay the boy Schoonmaker. Y'all already know I wasn't high on the pick, but I do pray that he gets healthy. I do pray that he's able to go out there and produce for us as soon as humanly possible, and prove his doubters and detractors wrong. I do want to be proven wrong about the kid. All right, he said Stephon Gilmore, breath of fresh air. He did have some nice breakups. He had a very nice breakup on Dak Prescott. Honestly, it looked like if Brandon Cooks didn't break up the ball, it might have been intercepted because he stopped, got in the way of Gilly coming back to the ball, and it was only incompletion. But yes, like Stephon Gilmore is a baller. We already knew what we were gonna get from him. Yo, Double R, what's up with you, my boy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. DP Johnson said SJ needs to let the coaches set their roster. I think they hoping someone will be foolish and think he's good and trade for Ball, but they got tape too. Oh yeah, listen. We all know how I feel about Josh Ball. I'm not gonna drag him anymore. But not high. He's not high on my list of guys. And the last thing he says, Deuce Vaughn is electric. I'm gonna wait until they're actually in pads when people are trying to hit him. Like I don't want to, I'm not gonna hype up or downplay any of the running backs right now until it's actually going down. There's actually contact. There's actually guys trying to hit them and stop them. I'm gonna hold judgment until then, because a lot of people can look explosive and electrifying when people are not being contacted. So I'm gonna hold my judgment until then. So those are some initial thoughts from him. I agree with some of it. Some of that, I'm gonna hold off. First day of practice, is what it is. I just hope people stop it every time they hear about Dak breakup or interceptions. It's practice. That's the place to be risky. It takes exactly. You would rather them work out the kinks, right? You would rather them work out the kinks and do this and that, when nothing is at stake. When nothing is at stake, that's the time for you to go out there and work out. Hey, I should try. And listen, you can try all kinds of shit. You can throw into double coverage. You can throw into triple coverage. Right? It's a throw you've been working on in the off season. You want to see you can do that at game speed. Right? Try it then. Like try it then before you pull it out in a real game scenario. So you're right. I would prefer them throw all the picks and have all the ugly drops and everything in practice, because that's where you're trying to get better at. He said Terrence Steele took reps versus the Tank today and looked good. I'm super excited at this point for offense just for that. Yeah, the fact that Terrence Steele is back out there, it puts my heart at ease. And the fact that Dallas Cowboys put Tyron Smith at his proper position puts my heart at ease. So, man, we're going to move to the Q&A section of the liquor store. Then I'll give y'all raffle updates, and then we'll depart for the day. So Q&A and raffle updates are up next, man. So y'all got questions. I'm going to see if I can give you an answer. Right? In terms of training camp, I might have the answer, I might not. But still ask it anyway, and we'll figure it out. If I don't know the answer, I'll see if I can research and find the answer for you. So, put your questions in the chat box. He said, remember Dak rookie year, they said he wasn't best practice player, and by year 3, they realized he liked to try shit at practice. Yeah. They said that Dak Prescott, in practice looked worse than the guy that they turned into a safety. And when he actually got out there in game scenario, right, he ended up being rookie of the year. Rookie of the year, Pro Bowl candidate, got an MVP vote. Exactly, it's practice. Hey, Thomas Garrett, you remember AI? I wish I had that drop, man. I wish I had that drop. We bring up practice and stuff like that. I could play that. But yeah, man, it's practice. Like you're supposed to try shit like that. Throw in a double coverage. I don't care. The touchdowns don't count. Neil, what's up with you, man? He said, slapped up 6 Eagles fans in honor of Dono. I hope he's all right, man. From what I'm hearing, they are cautiously optimistic that it's not a severe calf injury going on with Donovan Wilson. He did, get a calf strain. That did occur during practice. But, they put him in a cautionary walking boot. He did not have to go to the hospital. So, in regards to that, he might be all right. He should be okay going forward. Just something to monitor, and keep an eye on. But I'm gonna be honest with you though, man, because the defense always steps up. Because the defense has a knack for being prepared and stepping up, and guys filling in and looking good. I'm not as concerned. Bubble wrap them. Oh yeah. Some people treat Cowboys practice like, I know, man. Do y'all remember, folks were up here posting, pictures and videos of Trayvon Diggs losing a rep to like Simi Fehoko or some shit like that. And, they up here trying to troll like, dog, it's practice. It's practice. Now, Mr. needs to improve his accuracy, is leading the league in tight window throws. Shout out to my QB1. Yeah, hey, as long we get rid of the tipped and dropped interceptions, like Dak Prescott accuracies will look a lot better. Yeah, I remember exactly like that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that is a classic rant. There's a classic rant. I need to see if I can get that clip. Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about our defense and Dan Quinn. we actually have depth and talent at every spot on the defense. You know, at every spot. Right? You just mentioned Marquise Bell. Right? He could probably come in and fill in for Donovan Wilson if need be. So y'all got any more questions, man? Put your question in the chat box. And after we finish with the questions, I'm gonna give y'all raffle updates, and then we'll close down the shop for a little bit. Yeah, hey, like I said, it could be an injury that lasts 7 to 10 days. It could be an injury that lasts up to 3 months. You never really know. It just depends on the severity of it. He said, I know it's the first thing. Yeah, man, listen, Josh Ball is not like that. Josh Ball needs to... I'm gonna be nice. But y'all know I don't think much about Josh Ball, man. But I did have a little gleam in my eye when I saw that TJ Bass got some reps, though. Oh, yeah. Listen, Lee Jordan Lewis on the pup until he's able to play. He already has a very difficult injury to recover from, but you know, he will be fine eventually. He has great depth and veteran presence on that defensive back room. So you know, just let him get healthy. We already feel very comfortable with Diggs. We feel very comfortable. Let me see. We feel very comfortable with Gilmore, and of course, the run blend had 5 interceptions from that slot position last year. So, you know, if you need to go 4 deep, you know, let Izzy get it. Let Nate be your fourth corner. You don't have to really rush him back. You don't really have to rush him back right now. It's great to have him, but, you know, it's not a necessity at this point. They said Josh Ball will have to show out in preseason games to be taken serious. Man, Josh Ball got dog walked the last time I seen him in preseason. So, you know. And yet he still somehow made the final roster. Said we know what Adobo can do. J. Lou will be ready at the right time. Get him ready for the playoff run. Yeah, I'd rather get deeper, you know, I'd rather get deeper towards the postseason than anything. So, you know, I'm not rushing I'm not rushing them back. It be like that. Said Ball is the 180 of Zach Martin. Facts. Zach Martin is a Hall of Famer, and I don't know what the hell Josh Ball is. Any word on Damone Clark and the young linebackers? You really won't hear. So, like, for the guys that actually got to go out there and hit folks, you're not going to hear a lot about, you know, about the defensive tackles because pads ain't on. You're not going to hear a lot about the linebackers because the pads not on. Right? So, you know, for the guys that actually got to go out there and be physical and contact guys, you're not going to really hear much about them until next week. Right? You really won't hear much about them until next week. He said he a ball boy. Yeah. All right, cool. You got any more questions for me? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all these updates, and then we'll get on out. Yo, what's up with you, Calvin Jefferson? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the channel, man. He said, Ball is a camp body. Hey, listen, we all know once Zach Morton get back out there, Josh Ball is going to return to his proper place on the bench. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give y'all these updates, and then we'll slide on out the door, man. All right, so this is everybody standing for the raffle that ends on August the 1st. It's for the Dallas Cowboys tickets, the PlayStation 4, or the jersey. All right, so Mickey, Craven Cowboys, has 10 raffle entries. Dwayne Brown has 15 of them. It's Too Easy, got 5 of them. Brian Kite has half an entry. He needs another $5 to get a whole one. Hoodlum got 2 of them. Sharon Bell has an entry. My brother DC for Life Texas got 12 of them. Neil, you have 22 entries. Salute to you. The Lunatic, you have an entry. Donald Holmes has 7. Taiwan has 4. Crystal has an entry. Mike DC4L has an entry. Josie Guetes has 2 entries. King G has 3 entries. Michael Autry has 3 entries. VA Roster X has 17 entries. Big Benny, you got an entry. Justin Kitchen has 3. Sugar Daddy 1 has 1. Damn Dizzle has 1. Big Dale has 2. JJ the Mime has 2. Wonder has 3. Salter has 2. S.A. Richburg has 24. Mucho Boomin with 2. David Sorrells with 2. Dwayne Morris with 2.5. You're $5 away from getting your third. Triple D has an entry. Melvin Brownlee has 4 entries. J Money has 2. Morquetta has 2. Big Tex has 1. Miss Regina Green has 6. Choctaw has 1. Let's see. Jose Banks got 2. The Original People has 3. NFZ has 1. Miss Donna Mama has 3. Reggie has 3. Kevin Richards has 2. Matt Leslie has 5. Freight Train has 2. Common Sense has 2. Q Dog has 2. JR has 1. Vernon Scott has 1. Desmond Ironman with 2. Michael Lockhart with 1. 80s Baby with 1. iRock has 2.5. Let's see. Keystone has 2. Benny Stanley has 1. Data Yoda has 1. Philly has 1. Patrice has 7, and Landlord has 1. It said, I think I should have 2. I tell you what, let me go through the super chats let me go through the super chats and take a look, Big Dow. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll go back to my super chat history and see if I can see what you sent. All right, so let's see. Okay, so see all. So let's see. I'm looking right now, my boy. Let's see. Big text down. But it's all good. Just gotta contribute again when I can. Let's see. Yeah, you said one at 9. You said a $9.99 one on July the 21st. Oh, that thought. We always like to do things decently and in order in the liquor store. So let me make sure. So so I can get you added on here. Yep. You did, June 17th. Okay. So you're right, Big Dal, you got 2 of them. And I appreciate you for bringing it to my attention, my brother. But yeah, Big Dal, you do have 2 entries because you sent in June and July. So you are good. And I'm going to go ahead and get that updated. Matter of fact, Big Dal, you got 2. So yeah, Damn Dizzle has 1. Big Dal got 2. Yeah. Okay. All right, anytime, kinfolk. So yeah, man. So that's the current standings right now for everybody. If you want to improve your odds of winning the tickets, get the raffle entries in by August the 1st. And then, of course, we will do the drawings, on the 2nd. Hey, appreciate you for the love, Dwayne Brown. Thank you. Thank you again for supporting. So yeah, man, if you want to improve your odds, just hit the cash up with the super chats. You got about 6 days. Because yeah, August the 1st is less than a week away. Hey, what's up with your T, Richburg? I appreciate you tapping in, man. Yeah, we're at the point where we're winding down. I did give the raffle updates. You're currently leading the way. You got 24 raffle entries, my guy. So I appreciate you for the love and support. So yeah, for everybody that want to improve your odds, hit the cash app or the super chat. You got till the 1st to do so. We'll do we'll draw the 3 prizes on the 2nd, and then of course you'll receive them all in a timely manner. But again, thank y'all for everything. I'm finna go ahead and jump off of here. I was able to give y'all good people an hour and 16 of some premium Dallas Cowboys content. But hey, go over there and support Craven Cowboys and Stargazer. They got a joint show. He said, thanks for the right now update. Anytime, brother. Anytime, my guy. So yeah, man. So yeah, Craven Cowboys and Stargazer are conducting the show right now. So everybody, if you want some premium Dallas Cowboys content, y'all spin the block. Y'all go over there, show them some support. But I will get at y'all good people later on. I'm finna parlay, eat, and look crazy. So peace. If there's any other updates or news, I will let y'all know. But hey, I'm out for now. I'll get at y'all good people.